This is the washroom talk number 3 inside the toilet. Belongs to a gallery called Gallery Space. Okay, we have 8 people here. Enjoy the show.
That's good.
I don't agree.
No, I don't.
Well, you know what? The first thing I thought is when you see rich women that go to gallery openings and they go, oh, this piece is a lovely colour. It'd go really nice with my curtains. It's not the point.
Yeah. Oh, what did the fact that they were rich had to do with that?
No, because they've got the money to buy art, but they don't
but
that's
then
not the question. Then.
no,
this is I'm not answering.
That's a little bit off the question.
We've got an hour, so
It's really the question is sort of like what is the purpose of art, or what?
Is it?
Yeah,
What function does it serve? Who's it for? That's what the question is, isn't
it
it?
should be for everyone, but it's not.
Because that's really interesting. Because my take on it is like that everything it is and could potentially be art if the viewer or the audience member perceives it to be.
Yeah,
like if you see a man sweeping in the road, if you decide and you're listening to some classical music at the time, and you look at it and you decide to think that's romantic and beautiful, then that's art.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Is that kind of what that statement is saying?
Everything's art. I mean, that bottle's art. That toilet's art. Someone sat down, designed it, thought about it, chose the colour. It's a process. So everything's art.
We walked into the gallery earlier, and there was a pink scooter with a bottle of water on it, and there was also a family in there. So I did kind of think, oh, that probably belongs to that family. Yeah. But also I thought, oh, this is an exhibit. It could be an exhibition space.
I thought it was interesting to think about art as something that might be dynamic, something that isn't like an item, doesn't have to be or not be art, but it's always about the actual, about the moment. I mean, just because it was art once, it doesn't mean that it sustains. That piece of art is not like, it's not solid, but it's something that is much more dynamic and has to do with the context of each time it's seen.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people, they want to be like, if they don't know much about art, they want to be impressed by some big spectacle or something.
Yeah.
But then they go and they see something small, but they don't realise the process.
But then that wouldn't be. But then in that moment, that piece would not be
That's
art
like saying,
in that context.
It's like saying certain images have quite a lot of power.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Van Gogh's Sunflowers. You know, everyone knows that image, but you put that in a mud hut in the middle of the Amazon.
Yeah.
It hasn't got the same power to those people because they haven't seen it as many times as we have.
Context.
So.
But I thought about something with the statement that I found like the first and most striking thing about the statement was the fact that it said real art. And I was like, what does that mean? And what is the opposite? Is that real art or unreal art or fictional art? And is that even interesting to think of it as real art? Because to me that's completely a useless word.
What does real mean?
Yeah, real doesn't mean anything. That's just a...
Real? I'd have to get a dictionary now to look at art.
So is it real?
Non-real art look like?
Yeah, and I mean, surreal art is really... I mean, because...
Is it talking about art, good art?
I don't think it is. I think it's just an elitist
sense.
Perhaps, that's one of them.
I think
You're right.
I mean, how some people get very keen on words, so you just put an extra word in, that doesn't mean anything. Because that word doesn't, in that context, that word doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So I think that word should be completely scrapped from the statement.
Yeah, I thought that the question was implying it was only real art if an audience thought it was the case. And I think an artist might disagree, because it would still be art while you were creating it.
But I think that's true. It is only art if the audience believe it to be art. If I go and see something and it's awful, for me that's not art.
Yeah.
But it's still art.
That's somebody's.
But can it not be bad art?
Yeah. That's the question.
Because
Yeah,
to me,
it's not.
art doesn't mean it has to be good.
Yeah.
But it's not unreal. Yeah.
For real,
It's
you could
just bad
replace
art.
it and put the word nice.
Well, I mean, I think there's no real. The word real
That's
is
not the
completely
point for you
useless.
to go to to see an exhibit and enjoy it every time. You need to be provoked sometimes. Well, I like to be.
Absolutely.
To be pissed off, do you know what I'm saying?
So you might disagree with it or not think it was art.
You still have to have
I wouldn't
Yeah.
dismiss it as
No,
not
I
art
actually
just
do
because I
agree
didn't
with
like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Makes sense.
I don't know. I think
But
some.
you, as an audience member, you've reacted, and therefore you have had a perception
I've had
and an
whether
idea,
it's good or bad.
Yeah. which makes it real art, which we speak.
Yeah. But to me, there's only art and non-art. There's no such thing as.
What's not art?
I
I
mean,
think everything is art.
yeah.
I think art's a way of looking at stuff.
Well, go on.
Yes.
What's non-art then?
But non-art is when the interaction between the possible piece of art and the spectator doesn't actually have that
Dialogue.
Dialogue, yeah, exactly. So for every meeting between an item or a piece or whatever, two people, there is possibility for it to be art. But every time that fails, every time that dialogue doesn't actually work, that's when it's not art.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's only these two options, and then it can be bad, and it can be awful and provoking or non-qualitative or whatever. But that's the difference.
Do you think art's based on language? Do you think you can have art without having verbal or textual language?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think you can have thought without having
language is
actual
actually
language. I mean, I don't think if you don't have a way of articulating your thoughts. I
And
don't
you can
think
have that
that-
instinctive physical impulse
Yeah.
when it's created. It just
Well,
needs to
it's a
be-
language in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. But more an instinctive one, something that's thought through.
Yeah.
I was more thinking of like the labelling of
Yeah.
like that is art.
But you look at those cave paintings, the first, I don't know, those,
Not
the ones in France, yeah. The first bits of art we know of, they didn't actually consider them to be art at the time.
No.
They were just trying to record the animals and what have you they saw around them. Surely, I would think, I don't know. But
It's
that's
like- It's like practical purpose.
yeah, it was
It's
just
like
trying to
everything
record it, and
Yeah.
it's a form of
And so
intelligence.
it goes back to what the spectator
Yeah.
Yeah.
takes.
But isn't always the thought of art is this thought about analogy, like actually putting something out there in order to tell something else. And even though you had practical purpose, that's what they did. They wrote those things on the walls in order to convey something else than just lines.
Well, they just
and shapes.
to describe the world that they saw around them.
Exactly.
To some,
But it might not be to describe it. It might be to actually act out of control over the world. It might be there was something mystical that if they drew this animal, then they would be able to
Yeah,
create it.
yeah.
And I find that really.
yeah, that could have been that. Yeah, well, this is what we could perhaps be doing with art. You don't know.
Well, are we doing that already?
I think that's my other problem with the statement, that it says it has no other function.
What can you
Read that
where's
bit
the
again.
context?
Yeah.
We read the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could say that real art is something is something that has something that no other function.
There's no other function.
There's no other
Yeah.
function.
Yeah, something that has no other function except to be evaluated and examined by an audience. I think that, I mean,
What other function do you think it has?
it could have a function of education, or it could have a function of preserving something.
To just be purely decorative, could be
Yeah,
whatever you like.
I think something like the primary function.
But if
It
it is to educate or to put a message across, that is also for
To be
someone to evaluate.
examined. I don't know, because there is something else about pure facts. That shouldn't. It could be examined or evaluated, but it could also be just a fact. Like this is what the horse looks like. Boring. And it's not. There may be